All right, so we have our question here: 3x cubed minus 7x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals a x minus 1 cubed plus bx x minus 1 plus c. So we have to use the critical values, right? So that we can get the value of c, then we can get the values of a and b, right? So as we can see here, the critical value is a value once is substituted with x, it will get rid of most of the terms, right? So we say x minus 1, right? X minus 1 equals 0, right? And we say x equals 1. So that is our critical value. As you see, when we substitute x for 1, we're going to get rid of most of the terms and we'll be able to find the value of c, all right? So this is our critical value, x equals 1. So we say when x equals 1, all right, so we substitute 1 for x, all right? So we have 3, 1 cubed minus 7, 1 squared plus 2, right, put 1 in here, minus 1, all right? And what we do on the left-hand side, we also do on the right-hand side. So we have, so when we substitute x for 1, 1 minus 1, that is 0. 0 times 3, 0 to the power 3 is 0 times a, that's 0. So we'll have a 0 here, plus, all right, 1 minus 1 again is 0. 0 times b, that is 0. So we'll have another 0 here, plus c, all right? So 1 cubed is 1. 1 times 3, that is 3. So we have 3 minus 1 squared is 1. 1 times negative 7, that is negative 7. So I have 3 minus 7, all right? 2 times 1, that is 2, plus 2 minus 1 equals c, all right? So we say 3 minus 7, that is negative 4, okay? Plus 2, that's negative 2, minus 1, that is negative 3. So therefore, c equals negative 3. All right, so since we found our value for c, now we're going to try to look for the values for a and b. So let's use when x equals 0, right? So let's say when x equals 0, when x equals 0, all right? So 3, 0 to the power 3 minus 7 times 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 1 equals, right? So we have a, open brackets, 0 minus 1 cubed, all right? When x is equal to 0, our b gets cancelled out because 0 times b times this expression will still give us 0, all right? So plus 0 plus c, all right? 0 cubed times 3, that's 0. 0 squared times 7, that's 0. 0 times 2, that's 0. So on our left hand side we have -1. All right, then 0 minus 1, that's -1. -1 cubed, that's -1. -1 times a, that is -a, right, plus c, right? And we already have our value for c, it's -3, all right? Our value for c is -3. So what we're going to do is we'll take a over to the left hand side, and -1 will bring it over to the right hand side. So we're going to have a equals -3 plus 1, and thus a equals -2. All right, now we're going to try when x equals -1. Right, we'll say when x equals -1. So let me just make space here. All right, when x equals -1, so we're going to have 3 times -1 cubed minus 7 times -1 squared plus 2 times -1 minus 1, all right, equals, okay, let me make this is for our left hand side. This is for the left hand side, and then we go to the right hand side. All right, we're going to say a, open brackets, -1 minus 1 cubed plus b times -1 b times -1, open brackets, -1 minus 1 plus c. All right. Okay, so let's solve first on the left hand side, and then we solve on the right hand side. Then we equate them. This is for the right hand side, RHS. All right. So -1 cubed is -1. -1 times 3, that will give us, let's make space here. All right. It will give us -3. All right. -1 squared is 1. 1 times -7, that will give us -7. 2 times -1 gives us -2 minus 1, all right, equals -1 minus 1, that's -2. -2 cubed is -8, so we have -8a, right, plus, right, -1 minus -1, that is -2, all right, -2 times -b, that gives us +2b. All right, and c is -3, so say -3, all right, because the negative changes this plus sign into negative, so say -3 here. So we'll say -3 minus negative 7, that gives us negative 10. Negative 10 minus 2, that's negative 12. Negative 12 minus 1, that's negative 13. All right. Oh, we have our value for a, right? Okay, so we'll say here we'll substitute. We'll have negative 8. A is equal to negative 2, so we'll have negative 2 here plus 2b minus 3. Negative 8 times negative 2, that gives us positive 16, all right, plus 2b minus 3, all right. 16 minus 3, that gives us 13, all right, so we have 2b plus 13, all right. So now we're going to take this 13 over to the other side, all right. Take it over to the other side. So we'll have negative 13 minus 13 equals 2b. Okay. Negative 13 minus 13, that gives us negative 26. Where can I write this? Negative 26. So we have negative 26 equals 2b. All right, we divide both sides by 2, and b gives us negative 13.